impossible for them to ever be able to rock up into team fights around objectives.
Wow. Well, at least for NIP's sake, the fact that you already have 2 tanks and something like a Xin Zhao that can safely face check for you, you are letting people, other junglers tank. Oh, wait, look at this! Doinby
we're rolling on level 2?
Dude,
okay.
This is some ASOL CLG 2016 MSI type shiz, bro. And Missing and Pays are now like, why is there a Galio in my lane at 2.5 minutes?
Doinby, I think we low-key kind of ruined our lane. We're already seeing there's some early invades here from Aki. Aki can make this rotation.
Oh my god.
What
they
are
burned
NIP
the flash
doing?
early on to Missing. They are cooking something diabolical on the bot lane, and Missing is the result of the chef's kiss. NIP on the board with first blood. That kind of self-investment feel like it's worth. So if NIP continue to do this, then we have to see Scout either match it or make it worthwhile, as now Pays and Missing, they don't care that there is an early cheese gang from Doinby and Aki. They still win the 2v2.
Trying to play against early game Renata and Kalista. They're going to move over to the bottom side. I think it is pretty risky. Scout did hit level 6 first and did teleport back, so he has a resource advantage in mid. And it's going to be, the first 3 grubs going over to JDG. I wonder how much they're going to be playing around Pays and Missing, as already off to a pretty good start. You look at his inventory, that's a very good itemization coming in with the recurve bow already here for the Kalista. From the grubs here, we're getting a split lane. We are at 8 minutes, going to be losing first turret. Blistering pace here, I think, from JDG. And I love the fact that we're seeing some adaptations. We got the crazy level 1. Now with not only the demolish props from Ala, they're going to cut off all of this minion wave from Cassante. And yeah, that's just going to probably be the first turret here. Oh, they're going to actually try to give it to Ala to try to, get him back in. Okay, I think this is really creative.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Ala was the one that dropped some side waves on the other side of the map walking towards top lane, it gets reinvested back into him.
55.
55. 25 from pickaxe. Oh, okay,
so,
yeah.
25 plus 10. So he doesn't
35.
have it quite yet. I think he...
90. He's at 90. He's at 90 right now. Yeah.
Oh,
Meanwhile, PP God right onto Pays, but it forces the cleanse the flash. Here comes the re-engage from Missing. Shun is actually just running away. They're going to use the Fate's Call to bail Missing out of there, but he goes right back in for the re-engage. Hostile takeover is now going to force NIP to turn on themselves. Leave, trying to see if he can get in there. Flash from Aki, but Ala will punt him back away. Shun, 3-man Impale is going to solve the backline, but Lee finds the first target onto Missing. Scout arrives to the party, finds Aki into the back, and now Shun and Scout trying to see if they can take this 2v3. They're pushing NIP away. It's the second round of grubs. Good flick on the Doinby. The Sentinel, he falls. And NIP's captain will hit the dirt. Chonji could be next in the 1v3, and JDG explode on the Rift in 11 minutes.
Well, they got first tower, they got first to 3 kills. Hell, let's just give them the first 3 objectives as well here. JDG win that fight. Such an aggression coming in from the Ninjas In Pyjamas. I mean, why are we flashing forward there on Leave? Just not in position to be able to deal damage here. And I love how JDG slow roll this play. Let them come into you. Let's play around this hostile takeover.
You have to like brute force your way through. And, NIP, well, yes, your Kaisa has an early spike. Not the rest of your team. As now, maybe another fight. PP God looking for the Pop Blossom. Scout able to flash away from that one. And he's trying to buy as much time as he can, but he cannot get the exit out as the rest of JDG. NIP, maybe the first time it didn't work so well, but they're going to brute force it a second time. Hostile takeover is good. It's going to work a lot more. Pays is hopping. He's skipping. He's jumping. The bailout is still good and true, but he gets it off the revive. And Shanji just can't reach the Kalista. Pays still alive. JDG protecting their king. Quadra kill for Pays.
Wait, Allah stole the Pentaman! That was supposed to be a freebie for them! Has an additional 4 kills on top of that. 5, 0, and 2. 1,000 gold to their name. They already have the first dragon. They have 5 grubs as well. This JDG roster playing to the early game, and they are succeeding at it.
And now that JDG have a thick enough wallet lead, they can just make map grow plays like this, where NIP are just not where they get to be in normal circumstances. Almost 4,000 ahead just for JDG in terms of wallet diff. And in the solo laners here for Scout and Ala.
Yeah, Scout has been participating in a lot of these kills, and individually.
She did not die, and Pays was able to pay tenfold, as now Shun might find an opportunity on Doinby just as he goes in with a Justice Punch. Oh, how ill-fated the timing, as Scout takes a lot of damage on the initial combo. But hang on, wait a minute, Hero's Entrance escapes the Skarner Impale, and now they don't have the Pop Blossom massive from PP God, but do they have the damage? Can they chew through this front line? And the answer, I don't think it's gonna be happening. The Weaver's Wall leaves no ground for NIP to go, and even though Leave was super fed on the Kaisa, he's got no front line that can stand in front of him like JD just for Scout and Pays.
On this Talia right now. He had a very influential play in that fight. Now JDG grab a dragon, or the mid-tier one. I don't know what NIP are doing, man. I have no clue what they're doing. This is some drunk gaming if I've ever seen it from NIP. We're in hometown territory. We said that there was supposed to be home court advantage.
Scout, I'm sorry I was saying shit about you earlier, bro. You know what? I'll just shut up. You know, next time I talk some smack about Scout. Well, obviously, we got a long series ahead of us in this best of 3. JDG already having assembled themselves a pretty fat advantage with nearly 6,000, 7,000 gold ahead of NIP.
Only if I was an AD carry would I be asking it for us to potentially leave this game a bit fast. I'm looking at Pays at 19 minutes here. Level of success for this as a duo, and we're kind of seeing more of the same for NIP, where it play a little too fast, individual mistakes coming in, and that I think is coming to really bite them here.
As long as JDG can just continue holding NIP hostage here on the top side, all 5 members are dedicated to trying to look for this objective. Scout is going to get objective pressure on the base.
Yeah, he's got 5 grubs. Why not just open up the turrets? Hell, let's see it. We're going to flip around the Otacon, boys.
Listen, just hold them hostage here. NIP, I mean, yeah, maybe they get the Otacon here and they push them off, but how much damage is Scout going to get? He's returned to the top side of the map here. JDG now, wait a minute, they already took out Shanji. Pop Blossom right into the back line. Leave is going to send it, but hostile takeover buys enough time. Scout on the right side, forcing Leave to not be able to join up. The Impale's going to hold the front line hostage once again. Scout and Missing are able to kite on backwards, but Pays was taken out of the fight early on, and NIP now have a moment. They've got Otacon GAs on their side. They're playing with ferocity. They're playing with boldness, but Scout against the world into 4 members. Shun looking for a rock over the wall, is gonna rail on in, is gonna push Leave away, and Scout is just wiping Otacon GAs one after one. Scout rock surfing on the Talia.
In terms of historical context between the two orgs.
Things have definitely quieted down on the Rift in the past couple of minutes ever since the Otacon fight occurred. The Undying, but JDG get the first wave in, and now they're turning to the Baron.
Okay, they're taking really strong control. A single vision ward immediately taken by JDG. Will note this. Doinby is on the side. He is teleporting into this play.
Oh, Aki's forced the ultimate. And at some point when you get to a late enough game state, that gold lead doesn't matter nearly as much. And NIP are picking up a lot of these item spikes. 3.5 items for Doinby, 4 items for PP, or Leave, I should say. Oh, Weaver's Wall, that's really great. Aki completely isolated. I don't know if you want to go in there, Doinby. You're pretty tanky, but do you have the setup? Oh, 5-man Pop Blossom from PP God, but do they have the damage? I don't think so. Leave, you can see that he finally finds his moment in picking off Scout, but now he's got to deal with 4 other Goon Squad members from JDG. He's forced to flash over the wall, but Ala follows, sends it to the skies, and Leave hits the ground. Doinby, the only member alive on NIP, but just could not link up with Leave in that fight. Like, NIP are starting to come back. Yeah, like if they're winning, if they're going even or not that far down, hang on, PP God, another 2-man Pop Blossom.
They found him!
Not caught in it, but Scout is caught, but the bailout, does he have a kill? Reset the revive, not this time. Okay, now it's all on Pays, and now he finds an opportunity to go into the backline. Aki popping the Crescent Guard, gives good knockup with the 3-talent strike. Woohoo! Did you see that foot sinker damage from Leave? That was crazy.
Cloud Soul, thank you to our picture-in-picture, and it is all of the plasma procs being applied. Shun missing the Impale, and still fire prey-seeking missiles over the walls. And now we're getting the teleport here from Doinby. JDG need to win this very decidedly.
Aki has no flash. If he gets a chance to get in there, ooh, Callista, Ren secure on the Baron, and nicely done for JDG.
We'll see how NIP are going to be able to play against Baron and 5 grubs here. The next 2 minutes here for JDG are going to be so important.
That's true, but Leave just bought a hat, and that
wonderful.
Like,
True. Wonderful
that's
analysis.
awesome. Maybe NIP have a chance. But this
they're gonna try
is a big siege to overcome from the side of NIP. And JDG using the Weaver's Wall. It's a impale on the two people, and hostile takeover is occupying the front line, but PP God for the pop blossom, but Paze is able to sidestep it this time around. No one is hitting Paze, and Paze gets to thrive in this fight. He's rending, he's stacking the spears, leave on the AP. Kaisa won't do a damn thing, and this time around Paze survives through it all. Another quadra for the AD carrier JDG, and they will clean out the first game.
Dude, what are JDG doing? Why do we keep stealing pentas from Paze? It's been twice from Allah. Now Shun takes it away from him. It's a good game from JDG. A bit of a weird mid-game there, but they'll take game one up against Ninjas In Pyjamas. Poppy, this Alistar, this Lissandra now here. That does make it very difficult for them to play.
I think it's a good call that JDG go for the Nautilus instead of the Rel, so if you at least look for something like the Corki, which should be the ideal target every single time, and
Shun is now here on the bottom side of the map. There's no way for Doinby to be actually able to kind of contest this bottom side. Scout could even look for a teleport if they're going for this now, so kind of plays on opposite sides. Who can connect first?
Shun, does he want to look for the ball breaker flash? Yep, there it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Paze was also taking up the turret aggro, and because they stopped the damage immediately after the kill, once Paze leaves, no one else is threatened. Clean by JDG.
Oh, man. And the top lane dive doesn't even get down because... Are they going to really try and contest for this? I think this is super dangerous.
Oh, but the hook snags one of the dogs, and good vault breaker by Shun to get over the wall, forcing missing zone flash. Doinby sends it, ulti right onto Shun, but it's a trade 1-for-1. Leave is the first one to fall, but look at the Lissandra passive doing work in the river. That's going to force Paze's hand as he's forced to flash over the wall. Scout, one more Spirit Rush should get him out alive, but the turn off of the power of Doinby's Lissandra saves NIP.
And they get some summoner spells out from JDG. Not a bad trade overall, even grabbing themselves the grubs here. So, be one of the best to ever do it here in the LPL. And continuing to innovate, continuing to be a leader here. As Shanji was being a bit annoying for Shun, but don't know how much damage he's actually going to be able to... I think he's just out of here. I think we're just getting and kind of annoying.
This fight.
Yep, and right now, NIP can kind of walk around and do whatever they want across the map. Shanji's going to try and trade. Uh-oh.
Alla might be in trouble here. Still has a flash. The Q and the flash avoids the keeper's verdict. But now there's no ultimate for Shanji to punt away an incoming Vi, which is exactly what's about to happen. Shun lurking around the corner. Fall breaker flash finds it. Lays down the public execution. Cease and desist. Puts the Yordle into the dirt.
And they need to play away from where Aki is right now. Already finishing that Eclipse. One of the reasons why this the Fury champion is so broken, you land a single Q and you just get immediately the Eclipse proc. So wanting to play around from a pretty strong item spike here. Also how you were making sure that we're able to match because you were never going to be able to allow NIP to stay on a side lane. Okay, let's make this play. There's no ultimate here from Shun.
Flash from missing, avoids the pulverize, multiple teleports, but the TP right in the range of the charm. Thankfully for Shanji's case, at least he's a tanky Poppy, so it doesn't get immediately pwned. PP God falling up in the engage. Missing cannot survive that one. No flash available, and there's the second cast of the Hound's Pursuit. Aki looking for Shun, knowing that he has no flash on this Vi.
Match where the opponents are. So right there, we get to see it. NIP try to overload onto the top side of the map. They'll grab themselves the first turret, give that gold over to a player in Doinby. And you look at the items now. Doinby also matching the Rod of Ages.
Should be secured here.
Yeah, but we're waiting for ultimates now. Aki's ult about to come off of a cooldown. Doinby's is 10 seconds out. We need to see NIP hold their ground and stop JDG.
Slick movement from Shun, dodges the keeper's verdict, gets the smite. Doinby with the glacial path, finds another W stun, but the bullet time is going to split up the fight. JDG already opening the fight with a numbers advantage. Here comes Aki. Aki, can he find the Hound's Pursuit? The call of the pack was already used, but it's just not enough damage. Leave is trying to pump everything he can with that Gatling gun, but Paze, good flash over the wall, will save his life. And now Scout with one more Spirit Rush cast can look to lock down the dog. And that forces the flash out of Aki, the charm of the wall. Not going to find it, but JDG are comfortable as Allo wants to
and dance
on them. Wait a minute, but just a little too far forward. and the dogs will punish JDG on the way out.
Pretty tough position. So I like what they're doing. Force onto the bottom side of the map. See if they can either find that turret early on and put NIP at least in a small bind here, as they are trying to match what NIP are doing on the map.
Yeah, and I think something to note here for JDG is even though they didn't get a single grub and NIP got all 6, this isn't necessarily the best 1-3-1 like setup of champions that really abuses.
As NIP, we're getting the vision toggle. This is going to be the TP coming in from
flank.
Scout on a flank.
Oh, and the target has to be Aki. And look at the way he flashes to close the range of the cease and desist. No chance for an uninterruptible from the call of the pack. And Scout is still pumping the damage on the Spirit Rush. Looking over the wall, maybe for another charm. He's going to blink over to the left side. Still hunting. Still has one more charge with the Spirit Rush. Dredgeline on to leave. Not enough for JDG to continue the chase, as the rest of NIP get a chance to get this recall off, but they cannot defend the tier 1 turret.
What an insanely good snap from them. Any position into this bottom side river.
Yeah, they're dropping the Rift Herald just to force that prio, right? But I don't even think... Yeah, exactly. PP God maybe finding Ala, but he just dashes away. Dredgeline once again on to leave, but they're just pushing pressure into him, ensuring that the Rift Herald does not get a charge off. It completely dies. A wasted Rift Herald by the side of NIP. That Dredgeline, somehow he finds it over the wall. Maybe not so bold for missing to be wanting to take there. The Thrall is going to force JDG away, and now down to 4 members.
Walking where he shouldn't be, thinks that he's safe, doesn't know that the teleporter is like coming in behind him. What a great kind of couple of MIA games from himself, but NIP looking to try to get... Oh my god, we're just making it engage onto Paze. He has no flash, he has no cleanse
but
now.
He flashes over the steadfast presence. Now the Hound's pursuit looks for Aki. Dodges the public execution, but here comes the cease and desist. Wait! Did you see the Keeper's Verdict that punted Paze away? It saves the 80 carry for JDG, and now NIP have got nothing left in the tank. And the rest of JDG are going to force them off the rift here. Aki just got betrayed.
They can now set up for this Otacon. They can set up for this Dragon. Uh-oh, NIP!
Fighting over the red buff. I mean, this is a 4-on-4 temporarily since Paze is not there yet. NIP feel bold enough to take this fight. Shun forced to flash over the wall, away from the Thralls. Good charm, right on top of Lissandra, but the steadfast presence from Shanji will protect his mid laner for now, but he's out of the fight. Leave, Valkyrie forward, but Paze has now rejoined the fray. JDG now being able to burst out the Yordle, but here comes Aki back from the grave. Another Hound's Pursuit on the ready, and he's able to get vengeance on Paze this time around, but a good charm. Finds Aki in the middle of the Hound's Pursuit. JDG will stand tall off the strength of their jungler, a mid duo. JDG should have full control of the Infernal Soul.
Man, Shanji's gonna stay. NIP need to flip here. Doinby teleported back in. He does have this ultimate.
God.
Can NIP stop the dragon?
They turn on Shanji. Shanji gets bursted out. Doinby has the ultimate once again. Frozen.
Scout!
Trying to bury him, but the charm, the cease and desist. Ultimates have come back up. Shun and Scout have done it all. They stand tall against the rest of the world that NIP has in their own freaking stadium and just disintegrated them.
And in a similar way to what we saw from them in their placements and even in Split 1, NIP are overreaching where they don't have to. On a flank, yet another Hail Mary coming in for the Ninjas in Pyjamas.
Shun looking on the left side, trying to look for a better target angle away from the front line. Bullet time is going to rip PP God to shreds once again. Ground beef on the menu. Shun being able to launch forward, and Aki just doesn't get a chance to impact this fight because everyone else on NIP just died. JDG will disgrace the Ninjas in their own home territory as they ace them on the rift.
Yeah, Baron, it'll be the mid-tier 2 as well. NIP, man. It's been great. I don't know what else to say, dude. Like, this has just been, like, the biggest destruction that we have seen so far. Already here in Split 2. Maybe BLG and TT from yesterday being a bit more dominant. But in their home stadium, the newest one in Shenzhen, just honestly, beginning of Split 2, getting ready for playoffs in 8 weeks' time.
And to NIP's credit, they are not letting this go without a fight. They are putting JDG to the test. They are you know, kind of firing at really, really surprising timers and trying to just be aggressive whenever they can. But JDG have rose to the occasion. They have risen above the test that NIP have for them, as now they're going to try to defend this siege against the rest of JDG, but the bullet time is going to cook them once again. Scout rejoins the fray after getting punted out by the keeper's verdict. This is the peak of JDG and what you should come to look forward to for the rest of the season. Scout and Shun working hand in hand like the jungle mid duo we wanted them to be. JDG sweep NIP.